Welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Preservation Foundation of Palm Beach's 5th Annual Gruss Lecture. My name is John Ripley. I'm the Foundation's Executive Director. At this time, I'd request that you make sure your cell phones are silenced out of respect to our speaker. Let me first say how pleased we are to have all of you here and to have Amanda Burden for our speaker today. The Preservation Foundation is very pleased to be having this lecture at the Colony Hotel, and we give our most sincere thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Martin Gruss for inspiring and sponsoring this lecture series. Audrey Gruss is a trustee of the Preservation Foundation and has also served as chair of our annual benefit in years past. We're thankful for your continued support of the Preservation Foundation and all of you've done for the cause of preservation over the years. Thank you. Previous Gruss lectures have spotlighted such world-famous architects as Richard Meyer, Jacqueline Robertson, Robert A.M. Stern, and Hugh Newell Jacobson. Now with town design such a growing issue in Palm Beach, the Foundation believed it right for city planning to be spotlighted, and our speaker today is perhaps the most important city planning position in the world. With constant proposals for redevelopment in Palm Beach, the charrette process for the study of Royal Poinciana Way, with all the state, county, and local government issues being brought up daily, we can see too clearly the error of being reactive instead of proactive and dealing with problems piecemeal, one by one as they come to Town Hall. City planning and urban design see the issues in full, how they relate to each other, and can offer a lasting solution for the whole town that is many times less traumatic or invasive than the accumulation of temporary fixes. Urban design, town planning. Professionals in these fields have offered us solutions to the problems facing our towns and cities throughout history. As soon as humans began making shelters, I'm sure there were others commenting on how they should be arranged. By looking at architecture, finance, politics, engineering, and social dynamics, we can see how the design, management, and use of public spaces affect the character of towns and cities as well as the way they function. Just as an architect would design a house, planners help towns keep their neighborhoods in harmony. As the director of the New York City Department of City Planning and chair of the City Planning Commission, Amanda Burden carries this responsibility for all 5 boroughs of New York City. Holding a Master of Urban Planning degree from Columbia University, she first made her mark working on pioneering urbanologist William Hawley White's Project for Public Spaces. Along with Jane Jacobs, author of the now classic The Death and Life of Great American Cities, White advocated urban planning designed around people's needs. They rejected the once prevalent view which subjugated people to design their lives around architecture. From 1983 until 1990, Burden served as Vice President for Planning and Design of the Battery Park City Authority. While there, she was responsible for the development and implementation of design guidelines for the 92-acre site, as well as for overseeing the design of all open spaces in parkland, including the waterfront esplanade. During this time, Burden received the Sidney Strauss Award from the New York Society of Architects for outstanding achievement for the benefit of the architectural profession. She began serving on the City Planning Commission in 1990 and was appointed chair in 2002. In 2005, the Pratt Institute awarded Burden an honorary doctorate in public administration, and the New York chapter of the American Institute of Architects presented her with its Center for Architecture Award. Burden's dedication to design excellence was also recognized when she received the prestigious Design Patron Award at the 2004 National Design Awards at the Smithsonian's Cooper Hewitt National Design Museum for her dedication to fostering design excellence and nurturing creativity to enhance the city's landscape. Since becoming director and chair, Burden has spearheaded Mayor Bloomberg's economic development agenda with comprehensive urban design master plans and new initiatives. The New York Historic Districts Council claims New York is in the midst of the biggest building boom in more than a generation. Amanda Burden is in the center of this boom, and her office has created perhaps the most proactive and ambitious planning agenda New York has seen in decades. She has argued strongly for reconsidering rezoning plans and has encouraged stricter design standards for developers. Among these are master plans for East River waterfront in Lower Manhattan, downtown Brooklyn, Long Island City, and Jamaica and Queens, as well as the Hudson Yards far west side of Manhattan. Under her direction, the Department of City Planning has initiated rezoning plans that provide significant new housing opportunities in neighborhoods and has championed and facilitated the preservation of the High Line in Manhattan, which I, for one, am very excited to hear more about. Burden is also overseeing the transformation of the Fresh Kills landfill in Staten Island into a world-class park. Recognizing the value of neighborhoods that have special character to the community at large, she has sponsored rezoning to protect numerous low-density neighborhoods throughout the city. It all amounts to the city's biggest planning effort in over 45 years, involving approximately 7,000 blocks. I'll close my remarks with a quote from Ms. Burden. "That's the hardest thing about the job, is learning every block," she told the New York Times in January 2007. "Every one of those 65 rezonings, every one, I know them all, and I don't think you should be allowed to propose reshaping a community unless you know it." Please join me in welcoming Amanda Burden.
Thank you, John, so much for inviting me and so graciously speaking about our work in New York. And I also want to thank Martin and Audrey Gruss for inviting me as well, and Sharon Kearns for making this all possible. I have a great job. Let me just say I have a great job, and I work for, I think, the greatest mayor in the country. It's certainly the greatest mayor that New York has ever had. He always says, do the right thing, and that's what he means. He's a great leader, appoints terrific people, and obviously, and wants to make a difference. And early on in his administration, early on, the day I was appointed, he said, you know, New York is not just a city of one borough, it's a city of 5 boroughs. And we're going to make a difference in every borough. Every borough is going to have economic development and jobs. And in the context of that, he reshaped city government from the first moment by reorganizing all economic development agencies under one deputy mayor. And that was Dan Doctoroff, who was a tremendous leader, so that housing, economic development, transportation, parks all came under one deputy mayor, so we could actually get things done.